Hello, and welcome to Uncle John's cabin.
I've frozen my Monster Energy.
I'm in the boudoir today. Yeah, I'm in my bedroom. It's actually a lot easier for me to film in here. I have my nice little table, I have the camera set up. It also makes me look a little bit better than slouching in the armchair. So I guess this isn't rants from the armchair anymore, or at least this video. But I just wanted to take a moment to say I am at the end of Act 1 of Baldur's Gate. So my next session, I've got the TV here, the next session in half an hour or so will be, I'm going to start Act 2. And I don't need to tell you how much fun I'm having in this game. It is absolutely amazing. Simple. There's no other word for it. But what's also very interesting, and I was having this conversation with Playful Mind Gaming, it's actually brought me around to 5th edition rules. I'm sure Say Ocean 86 is watching this chuckling, because he knew how vocal I was in my disdain for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons rule. Sorry, there's always something kicking off outside. I was a big fan, still am a big fan of 2nd edition rules, but they are quite brutal and they're a little bit realistic, grounded in some kind of reality. I always thought 5th edition was a bit more, let's say, video gaming Dungeons and Dragons, taking out the realism a little bit for more powerful characters. I felt like in 2nd edition you were like a regular person who discovers heroic abilities, whereas 5th edition you just started off as a hero. I don't know, maybe that's just my way of looking at it. But ironically, in a video game, 5th edition is a heck of a lot of fun. Because there's so many things to keep track of. Like rings giving you extra damage, passive abilities, advantages, disadvantages, proficiencies, skills. All this existed to an extent in 2nd edition, but in 5th edition there's so many things, so many extra abilities and skills and factors in your damage and your armor class and your hit points. Keeping track of all that with a pen and paper for a DM is a nightmare, for the players too. But in a video game where it's all worked out for you, the PlayStation's basically the DM, or the PC. It's really fun. I like the idea of disadvantages and advantages. And I like the idea of all the skills and powers and the death saves. I actually like the death saves in a video game. But then, what's the difference between a tabletop game and a video game? I don't know, it just feels more natural in a video game. So, you heard it here first. Old Uncle John is a fan of 5th edition, at least in the video game. It'd be quite interesting to play Baldur's Gate with 2nd edition rules. Guess it'd be similar to the Eye of the Beholder video games that came out in the early 90s. Probably wouldn't be as fun. Probably be a very short video game as well. But yeah, 5th edition rules, Baldur's Gate, all just kind of works. It's very tidily done. And you can see your character sheets, you see everything already worked out, already added. As I say, doing that in a tabletop was a bit of a struggle. 2nd edition was quite simple, but then it introduced skills and powers, and combat and tactics, which I've spoken about. Which kind of was similar to what 5th edition has, with different classes and different abilities, and a lot more customization, let's say. The first DM I ever really played with, a guy called Richard, or Floyd to some, but you were never to ask why he was called Floyd to some, would always say to me, all you need for this game is pen and paper and some dice. The imagination is what really drives this game. And it's true. I did find when playing 5th edition, we would stop frequently to discuss the rules. And when you're trying to ramp up the story, you know, this, that, and now the orc comes crashing through the door, and then you're like, oh, well, do I have an advantage or a disadvantage? Because am I surprised now? Yeah, kind of broke the storytelling a little bit, in my opinion. But looking at it now, I really think 5th edition rules are pretty cool. If you are really knowledgeable along with your players and you're able to keep track of things in your mind, because there was always one time I'd forget something. But in a PlayStation game, it really works. Anyway, I'm off now to start Act 2. Where are we going to go? I mean, this game already has been completely bonkers and I'm only on the first act. Who knows what's coming next? Well, I'm very eager to find out. So from me and Johannes, all the best and keep watching.